We have a brand new game. We have our first look at the NHL 25 official gameplay trailer. Let's take a look at the deep dive. What's on, guys? Jay Hoyt back with you. Today, welcome back to NHL. Today, we are doing a deep dive into the new NHL 25 official gameplay trailer. So this is the first of a couple, I believe. There's one more after this that I'll be recording. I think taking a look at the franchise mode deep dive. So let's get right into it, right? It's not very long. It's only like 4.5 minutes. But I want to watch it through. I've only watched, the first minute or so. But I want to get kind of the first look, first reaction with you guys and see how this one ends up going. Let's take a look here. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'll turn it down a little bit more.
Hey everyone, this is Gern Sumo, Senior Game Designer for NHL 25.
All right, there we are. Let's take a look.
Welcome, I'm Mike Engelhardt, and this is the
you guys should be able to hear it.
NHL 25 gameplay deep dive. Today, we're going to take a look at Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
Okay. System and its suite of features, including the next evolution of Chell's skating system.
New skating system, okay.
Empowered AI's
vision control.
Overhaul of our AI player system, and
okay.
the new set of reactive action animations.
Reactive animations.
Dynamic and
okay.
new skill-based
right.
one-timers. The game of hockey is evolving. Players are getting better.
Players are getting better, that's for sure.
Than ever before.
Which
is why we turn to them and our cover stars, the Hughes brothers.
There we go. Hughes brothers.
Inspiration for our
Congrats to them.
Gameplay innovation, Ice Cube.
Oh my goodness, he skates so fast.
Control is an evolution of Chell's skating system that allows you to create more time and space on the ice.
It looks good.
Fresh abilities, improvements, and a user-initiated skating mode that ups the responsiveness, explosiveness, and expression on the ice for human and AI players alike. Now,
we'll address that here in a second.
To help create space on the play, square up to the puck carrier, thread the needle through an opponent's defense, and stay
it looks a lot more realistic.
For example, when next-gen vision control is active and the player is in possession of the puck in the offensive zone, they now
I see some
the net as the target.
Some things I want to mention, but
body, creating the ability to skate.
Nobody would ever shoot from that angle. Just saying.
Shoot the puck or pass from anywhere in the offensive zone in a contextually more authentic.
See, that looks realistic right there.
Not in possession of the puck, on the offensive side, the player will target the puck when next-gen vision control is active. This allows for more accurate pass pickups and blends nicely with the new skill-based one-timers. Defensively, next-gen vision control gives you more control to face up to the puck at all times.
Trying to square into two people.
You keep better gaps and spacing in the zone. This allows for more predictable and responsive positioning, creating opportunities to disrupt passing lanes or poke check the puck off the opposition stick. Next-gen vision control ultimately gives you more control on both sides of the puck and provides a more fluid skating experience.
Keep repeating the same clips over and over and over again.
Incredibly authentic. Empowered AI is a complete overhaul of our AI player system, heightening CPU skaters' awareness of other players and positioning on the ice.
New AI, huh?
And helpful reads to execute in a true-to-life fashion.
True-to-life fashion. We'll see how that.
Chell's in-zone strategies have been rebuilt from the ground up to allow skaters to better utilize open space and position themselves to be bigger.
But nobody's moving now.
We've also revamped rush plays and how players establish zone possession. The AI players now read plays better and glide into offensive positions.
So we add some intelligence to the artificial intelligence.
You'll have more options each time you enter the zone.
Icing it with a sniper.
Reactive actions like avoidance animations allow players to swim past one another and into position smoothly like the pros. No longer running into and getting tangled up with each other. Plus,
little things.
Panic turns let players quickly change direction and use their stick to take away space if they are beaten on the ice.
I don't mind that.
More athletic and dynamic.
What is
Together,
this animation?
all of this means that our on-ice players are now more aware of what is happening during play, creating a new level of authentic intelligence and improving the moment-to-moment flow of gameplay. Thanks to Ice Cube opening up more offensive opportunities, the new skill-based one-timers really anchored by a new in-game visual indicator that identifies a teammate as a target for a skill-based one-timer. When passing to a teammate, you'll need to input the shot control as the puck arrives.
Tom Wilson is quarterbacking that power play. I don't really understand, but
skill-based one-timer is dynamic and takes into account how fast the puck is traveling,
lots of
as well as the shooter's abilities, like the one-T.
Lots of little stuff.
If timed correctly, you'll unleash the skill-based one-timer, which is more powerful and accurate. If your timing is off, the shot's accuracy drops, raising the stakes and making the action all the more exciting. Thank you for watching the NHL 25 Gameplay Deep Dive. We're excited to see how you take advantage of IceQ and its ability to create time and space on both ends of the rink. Stay tuned for more info on presentation, gameplay modes, and more.
All right. Well, I guess we could kind of start back towards the beginning here, of the beginning of the video. So the next-gen vision control. So it seems like a lot of the, the intelligence of the computer players has been improved. And it also sounds like they're going to be a lot smarter when you have the puck and when you're trying to do certain things on the ice, that it sounds like they're going to be smarter, which is great. Because how many times have you guys skated somewhere and you're like, go this way, go that way, go over here? It'd be great if you went to like the far post, or if you did something productive and they just refuse to go, in a helpful situation and never seem to go, where you want them to go. So hopefully, throughout this entire thing that, the enhanced AI and all this stuff will be better, right? The new AI, I'm talking about that, next-gen vision control. So when you have the puck and when you have the movement and you're moving around, it seems like, more like fluid motions in a sense, where, you're skating around a guy, or you're kind of skating the blue line, or, walking the blue line, I guess it's better really called. But it seems like a lot of just like little things have been added to, NHL 25 this year. So, I mean, even just with this last little play here, let's go back a couple seconds. So even this, where, is it Caulfield? Yeah, Caulfield. In this case, you have a guy cutting kind of to the far post, Slavoski or whatever his name is. You have, who is that? Nick Suzuki, I believe, kind of in the center there. So it's kind of 3-on-3 in the zone. I'm not blocking anybody in the bottom left for those wondering. But 3-on-3 in the zone. So he has kind of two options, right? He could drop it back to Suzuki. He could hope Slavoski makes a good run to the back post and kind of get a little one-timer there, or he can kind of cut to the corner and then kind of see, what his options are from there. But that little kind of like sidestep, a little bit of a round kind of movement is very nice, right? So I am kind of, you can't see it. So I have a guy right next to me coming back on the back check. So it technically is a 4v3 or 3v4 in this case. So you can kind of see Slavoski's going to the back post there. You have an option in the middle, which I'm not sure which one he does. Oh, instead of, So I know this is obviously, something that you wouldn't normally do. But in this case, where you get by this guy, the smart idea is either one, to pass to the back post guy, which would be a tight fit in there, but Caulfield's a good player. He has some skill. Would be a decent option. But the best option out of them all is Suzuki up there, sliding into the slot. But instead, and he just tries to take it himself. It goes forehand, backhand, little, I don't even know what you want to call it, but takes it himself. So, I mean, decisions, you have stuff, and hopefully, those little things, I mean, such as this one too, the different kind of skating movements, I guess, if you want to call it that, or animations, have been changed. You can kind of fake and, do these animations and do these deeks and stuff to help out with that, so it doesn't look so clunky and so everything else. So this does look very good, right? The little things seem to have helped. And this is the one when I first saw it, right? I cut when I first watched through this. I cut kind of right before any of this stuff started. So I actually watched all that for the first time with you guys. But I want to go back for just a second, right back to the start of the McKinnon clip, where he's doing this animation, which is not an abnormal animation, right? That happens, I don't want to say a good amount, but it happens in real life as well, where they do kind of this thing and they kind of, drive around the net and they're looking and they're kind of skating a little, I don't want to say funky, but they're skating a little funky. And who's in net? I think that's Fleury. Or he re-signed with Minnesota, right? I believe so. But he does this, right? And he comes to the front of the net. And what I'm hoping is this isn't like one of those, I don't want to say glitch goals or one of those like things you can just do and it just works every time. But he goes around the net there, circles back. The goalie kind of cuts way towards the center and he snipes it. I think that's short side. So I'm hoping that's not one of those, situations. But I mean, cool, right? The additional movement, kind of abilities and stuff you can do here. right? The simple stuff, driving to the net, kind of throwing it on net, random shots, kind of hoping for a tip. This one, walking down the wall, looking for an option, looking for a shot, a rebound, a pass, a throw on the net, and hope for the best, right? That animation just looks cool. What do we got here? A little kind of slot play, which is kind of a risky pass, but here's the Knights on the power play here. Stone's finding Eichel for the one-timers, kind of moving around. Nice, right? Little things. I don't see anything bad so far. So we got the Tampa Bay Lightning shooting it right into two different people. And then we got the Rangers, who always are, a threat everywhere. That one, he was controlling the defenseman and not the forward, which, always bugs me. But, okay, so squaring up to the guy and then getting a nice little poke check in there. That's pretty solid. And then a couple of the replay clips. Right, we'll take that, right? The little motions and stuff and the little animations that kind of make the game feel more fluid. I'm all for. I'm just hoping, right? I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm really hoping when McKinnon goes around the net there and does that little animation there, cuts out, and then just shoots it short side. I really hope that's not like a broken thing, and it's just like every once in a while maybe that works, but I'm hoping that's not like an every time thing. And then also, as this goes on, it kind of talks about the AI, right? That they're smarter and will kind of read the plays more. And if you're hoping for, a McDavid, a Draisaitl one-timer, that, the guys will actually move around and kind of be somewhat smart. But the one thing about this clip right here, so I'm going to guess that the St. Louis Blues there were in the overload strategy, mainly because, right, you have, who is that, Broberg, and is that Nick Leddy? Is he still on the Blues? I'm not sure. But as you kind of evolve here, right, this is basically the overload strategy, like, to the T, right? So you have Saad, you have Shen in the corner, you have, I don't even know who that is, 71 there, popping out into the slot a little bit. You got the two guys at the zone. But the problem is like, nobody really moves here, right? So you're just kind of like stuck not doing anything. And then eventually 71 moves to the far side. But again, he's got, the defenseman stick. He's got the forward stick, I think that's number 70. And then he's got the far defenseman to all worry about. So I'm hoping that this is just like a strategy and part of the game that, I'm hoping that don't just go to that one spot and then go back and forth. I'm hoping there's a little bit of like, hey, maybe I can move over here, try different, something different, rather than just be like, okay, I'm either in spot A or B if the puck is here. Like, I hope there's a little bit more, realistic thoughts into the AI. I know that, saying realistic and then putting AI in there is always hard, but I'm hoping it's not just so A to B, and it could be like we can move around and it won't just go to the same spots over and over and over again. This is kind of the same spot as the Montreal clip from earlier, right? So you have Velarde coming down the slot here from Connor, and he hits him, right? It's exact the same situation as the other one, but this time he drops it to the slot. This one, Heiskanen with a nice little ripper from the slot. We'll take that, and then we get right back into these animations that kind of hope and make everything a little smoother, right? Drew O'Connor apparently is the best net front guy in the league. And then, these little tiny little animations I think they call it the panic something or other, where he's kind of like, working his tail off to get back into the zone and to get back into a spot and kind of a little bit more off balance, just trying to get there and get into a lane or something. So I don't mind any of this, right? This all looks very promising. I don't see anything so far that, I don't like, right? This all looks very good. Skill-based one-timers, kind of has its way. It doesn't mean it's just, a cheese goal. It just kind of means he's available for a one-timer. And, of course, if you're, passing it cross crease or, passing it, cross the net or cross ice, it doesn't just guarantee a one-timer and a one-timer goal for that matter. So I do appreciate that, right? Get your timing right. It could be a nice shot. Could get a tip on net. Could be a lot of different things. But so far, so good, right? I'm not seeing anything I really hate, and I think it all looks very good so far. But, I gave a lot of my thoughts. Like I said, there's not really much bad to talk about for once. So I'm very excited to see how this works out. I'm very excited to see, the rest of these deep dives and the rest of the trailers that come out, because The game's coming out in like a couple weeks, I believe. So we'll be having more content around NHL 15 coming up. But for now, guys, that's going to do it. But if you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. Let me know of your thoughts about NHL 25. Are you liking what you've seen or you don't? Let me know down below in the comments section. And if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe. We are one sub away from 280, getting ever closer to our short-term goal of 300 subscribers. As always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.